And here it is, folks, the 100th and final episode of Video Game Reviews. And in this one, we're talking about Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Now, these games were released during Gen 2 of the Pokemon franchise. They were released in Japan in November of 1999, and in North America almost a full year later, middle of October 2000. And these games were also released on the Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console on September 22nd of last year. Now, just like in Red, Blue, and Yellow, your objective is to catch as many Pokemon as you can while collecting badges from the various gyms. Just like in the first game, you collect badges from the 8 different gyms, and then of course you fight the Elite Four at the end. However, there's something you can do in this set of games that you could not do in Red, Blue, and Yellow. That's right. In this set of games, once you beat the Elite Four, you get to go to the Kanto region. And what do you think you do there? Well, you try and catch more Pokemon, and of course, you get to take on all the gyms in Kanto and try to earn their badges. Now, there's some new features in this set of games that weren't present in the first set. You have a time system, which uses a real-time clock that keeps track of the current day and time of the week. Now, certain events are influenced by this feature. Like, for example, the bug catching contest, which you can do in Goldenrod City, only takes place on certain days of the week. Also, Pokemon can now hold items in this game. There's also, one of those hold items is the berry, which can restore health or cure status effects, such as poison, paralysis, sleep, etc. Now, other held items can give boosts to the Pokemon during battle, and there's more special Pokeballs that are introduced, like the Love Ball, the Nest Ball, etc. There's also a new item called the Pokegear, which functions as a watch, map, radio, and phone. And it allows the player to call other characters who offer their phone number. Now, there are 3 new legendary Pokemon in this set of games: Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. Now, those are hard to track down because they're constantly changing locations. Once you do encounter them, though, they're well worth it. Now, they always flee the first time you face them, but if you manage to get damage on them, they retain that damage in the next encounter. Now, there is also new in Gen 2 is the possibility of encountering a shiny Pokemon. These are extremely rare to find. There's about a 1 in 8,000 chance you'll find one of those in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. I know they reduced the odds on that to about 1 in 4,000 starting in Gen 6, but even then, I still have not encountered a shiny Pokemon, with the exception of the shiny Gyarados at Lake of Rage. But then again, I'm not sure if you really want to count that, because the Gyarados is, and there is always shiny. But yeah. Now, there's also eggs that are featured in this. Like, for example, there's a certain Pokemon that will hatch out of an egg early on in the game. If you've never played this set of games, though, then I will not spoil what that Pokemon is. But here's a hint. The Pokemon was first introduced during Season 1 of the anime. Now, your starter Pokemon in this set of games is Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile, which you get from Professor Elm. And now I mentioned that you take on the Kanto gyms once you beat the Elite Four. Well, what do you think you do after that? Well, you get to take on the hero from the Gen 1 games, Red. And if you beat him, you complete the whole game. It's that simple. And Now, I did have Pokemon Crystal quite a while ago. I think I first got it in like 2001 or something, and I did manage to beat the game. In fact, I believe my strongest Pokemon I had on that was a level 92 Typhlosion. So that was pretty awesome. Now, they did do remakes of these games in the late 2000s/early 2010s called Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Basically the same games as Gold and Silver, but with a few new features added, as those games came out during Gen 4. So, yeah. If you want to get into Pokemon, this is definitely a good set of games. But you might want to start from the very beginning, like Red and Blue. That way you're, well, you know. Anyways, that does it for this episode, and that does it for this series as a whole. I hope you enjoyed all these episodes, and we'll see you next time.